Illustrator allows you to take an image and actually hide or cut off parts of the image, and this is called cropping. This is something that if you do it, it's permanent, so you got to remember that. Now, it's not going to affect the image that you placed, in other words, the image outside of Illustrator, but it'll affect the appearance of the image in here. So with the image still selected, come to the Properties panel and click the Crop Image button. What's going to happen here is it's going to say, okay, well, this is a linked file. We can't crop it because it's linked. So what it's going to do is it's going to embed the image, which means if you update the image outside of Illustrator, like in Photoshop, it won't update the image in here. Click OK. And what Illustrator does is it tries to crop it in a certain way. Now, this is actually different from what I saw when I was writing the book. So you may see a different crop, and that's okay. What Illustrator does is it tries to use a little bit of magic here to figure it out. I want to make sure that this is not cropped this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this out here like this. And we want to make it so that the bottom here is not quite as cropped. And it looks something, I don't know, something like that right there. It doesn't have to match perfectly. Now, if you look on the right over here, you're going to see that we have what's called PPI. This is the resolution of the image. Any options in the menu that are higher than the original resolution of the image are actually disabled, like high 300 PPI. Choosing a lower resolution can be useful if you want to save file size, but just know that if you choose a lower resolution, it might not look as good. All right, you can press Escape to hide that menu. Come over here, and what I want to do is just drag. We're going to drag the crop, if you notice. We can drag the crop to kind of crop it a little differently around the image. So make it look something like that. And then to apply it when we're done, now don't forget, this is going to be a final. This is permanent. Click Apply. And you've permanently cropped the image. Now you can place it again, and it didn't affect the original image outside of Illustrator. That's one way to go, or you can undo at this point. Go ahead and deselect the image by choosing Select, Deselect, and save your file.